After he was listed as St Ann's most wanted figure, Vernon fled the community and continued his criminal ways in the neighbouring parish of St Mary, where he was also listed as being wanted for the gunslaying of a taxi man there. Vernon was shot and killed on November 8, 2016 during a confrontation with the police in an area known as Gaza in Parry Town, St Ann. With the several incidents of violence recorded in Ocho Rios and surrounding areas between 2016 and 2017, the police devised some serious strategies to more effectively confront the crime monster that threatened to derail the resort town. Since the start of this year, the police had implemented measures to curb the murder rate, including strengthening the Community Service Intervention Unit, along with bringing order to the resort town of Ocho Rios. Attorney Lois Ferguson, alias Neo Makiba, who was found dead with a head wound inside her house in Ocho Rios, St Ann in January of this year. The latter measures have included the removal of vendors from no-vending areas and the forced use of the transportation center by both public passenger vehicles and commuters. These initiatives have aided the police in returning public order to the resort capital of the Garden Parish of St Ann. In addition, there has been a significant decline in the concentration of killings in the town centre. This has reflected significantly on the crime statistics, as the parish has seen a decline in major crimes, including murder. Elsewhere in the parish, the community of Lime Hall, which was active in terms of murders between late 2015 and early 2016, has seen a reduction in criminal activities since the dismantling of the After Dark gang and the arrest of two of its prime operatives, Kevin Radigan, alias Teeves, and Rashid Moss, alias Shut. Radigan was sentenced in February of 2017 to 4 years' imprisonment for manslaughter stemming from the accidental shooting of 16-year-old Maurice Cox Jr. Moss has remained before the courts for a number of other criminal offences, including a murder in the Lime Hall area. That section of the Garden Parish came to national attention following the mysterious disappearance of 4 family members and the subsequent killings of men who were initially arrested for arson in relation to the destruction of the missing family member's home. Missing since the early morning of Saturday, November 14, 2015 are 57-year-old Joseph Lynch, his nephew, 43-year-old Lascelles Lynch, 50-year-old Ruth Lawrence, and her niece, 7-year-old Ramika Haynes. The family members disappeared after a fire destroyed their house. But Lime Hall has since seen renewed peace, as the police have been active in the area. These days the police have been mostly monitoring other areas of the parish, including the community that is infamously dubbed Crocodile City, located in Runaway Bay, which saw cases of reported homicides last year. The community has several squatter settlements, and the police continue to engage residents in the area to prevent a new crime hotspot being formed. Meanwhile, the town of Annotto Bay has long been regarded as the crime center in St Mary. Of the 21 murders that occurred in the parish last year, the town was a significant contributor to that figure. Despite the incidents of shootings and murders plaguing the area, residents have remained silent and have refused to give information to the police about criminal activities in the town due to fear on their part. There has been a long-established view that several criminals from other sections of the island, including the corporate area, have taken refuge in the several lanes and behind zinc fences which are staples of Annotto Bay. Last year, there were noticeably 3 shooting incidents that resulted in multiple fatalities in the Fort George and Long Road areas of Annotto Bay. In February of that year, there was a double murder, which was followed by a triple murder in August. The year ended with 2 security guards being gunned down while on duty at a major commercial complex in the community. The 2 security guards who were killed during an attempted robbery while they were on duty at a major commercial complex in Annotto Bay last year. Since the start of this year, approximately 7 persons have been murdered in the town, including 3-year-old Kalisha Matthews of Cane Lane. The latest killings were that of 22-year-old Akiv Wilson and Travi Ellis, which occurred last week. In an attempt to gather information from the residents, members of the parish's police hierarchy recently went on a tour of sections of the town. The silence from residents was deafening as residents continued to resist telling what they know in order to help to dismantle the negative connotations associated with Annotto Bay. Members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force (JCF) in St Mary have continued to maintain an active presence in other communities of the parish to ensure that the breeding of other crime hotspots continues to be an absent feature of the northeastern parish.